I'm really excited. Um, I don't think this will be the best reading I'll be able to do because it's like, I don't know, sometimes I get a bit confused when I'm reading a new one because I'm just like, oh, what does this mean? Even though like I do know it, I'm just not used to it in this thing. Which is just a skill issue. I just need to do more. Anyway, the quest for mystical truth is common to both tarot and Sufism. Sufism, called the path of the heart, is about polishing the mirror of the heart to reflect the divine. Similarly, tarot is about discovering the hidden secrets behind the arcanas. This beautifully illustrated deck creatively re-envisions the cards through a Sufi lens and shares the potency of its ancient teachings and healing techniques. And then the guidebook is here, which I'll print out later because I don't like scrolling through that. Especially when I have a bad connection. I just like, it's also just a lot harder to scroll to find thing rather than flipping through. I don't know why, but I prefer it that way. I tend to try my best to avoid using this so I can like make my own meanings, but sometimes I like the way that they kind of make readings. Temperance and Eight of Cups. This is very beautiful. I'm not taking things yet because I think I want to ask more stuff first. Sabr is the temperance. It's patience. Um, Very beautiful. I love the illustration. Wow. Walking away. That's nice. I like how they don't make it seem like something is missing. Like full. Cups though are like, instead of having like that missing cup in the pyramid in the usual tarot, they kind of have it like not all cups are full, which I think is a great way to show that. That's very nice. I'm just shuffling to see cards. I'm not reading them just yet, but I'll start reading them when I feel a bit more comfortable because I am having an anxious day. I mean, I started really well. I posted a video already about like the one from today. I don't know when I'll post this, but I already whatever. Uh, and it's just I'm just struggling to say things a bit now. Just, oh. Ooh, Mizan. Judgment. No, it would be justice, right? I don't remember the number for 20th. Mizan is balance, so it's likely to be justice. Like oh my god, I lost the word for it in English. It's like the one that it kind of goes like that, and it's like ding. Like I think you understood me before I even said that, but it's just because I wanted I anyway. Ace of Staffs. Ooh, that's pretty. Dunya, the world. Wow, it's so pretty. It's just like a link to the past. Hmm. I'm not quite understanding these imagery. These all seem so hopeful. Those are nice. I like. Okay. I think I'll do one more just to show the cards. So you actually just get to see some of them. um, I'm so glad I got the smaller version of this. You know, it is missing a guidebook. It is pocket size. Um, it is also a lot cheaper. And smaller. The other one I think is like a bit this size. Oh, you can't see that. Like, yeah, I think. I don't have it in my hand. I've only seen them. And, like, this feels like, I think this is more paper with, like, a plastic finish. Um, which is nice. And I think the bigger one, though, it's like, it seems so beautiful. And I feel like it also would, the texture would be lovely. Um, I really struggle with that because it puts a lot of strain on my wrists and just my whole arm in general. Um, I don't know what it is I have, but I just have issues in all my bones. So, why do you need to know that? I don't really know. Ooh, that sounds so beautiful. I like that. Okay. How would you describe us? Yes, yes. Let's get to know these. We're gonna get to know them. Okay, fine. I'll take these. Whoa, whoa! Why are you describing us so quickly? So, guess there's heartbreak, but ooh, oh, man, I don't like this. I tried to keep like to get rid of it, but then when I sort of do it, there's other issues that I don't like, and I'm just like, what is the best way to do this? Who knows? So this is us. Very, very nice. Describing me with the Three of Swords is interesting, considering it's a bit true. Kind of read it as just like you have a sensitive nature, very sensitive to the energies around you. You kind of always see the light in things, and you bit of confusion there. Oh, I love the way they did that Three of Swords. I think I'm going to be a bit slower with the way I read these because it's just it. I really like to get very into the imagery. I think with time, as I do this more often, I would like it would be a faster process to get used to new cards. But for me, I when it's like new imagery, I kind of try and read it in the way that it's made instead of how I know. Whatever. I don't know what my point was here, but so lovely. You have a lot of like internal wealth that's not really like you have things that would not be considered success in like the world's definition or like most people's definition of what success looks like, which makes a lot of sense because I think most of my work is so internal um, that it doesn't seem like I have been doing much for a long time, to be fair. And I understand like why it seems that way. Like I know, but it's more just like you feeling at home in your body, you feeling at home in your emotions, and like where you are. You just like mm. I think my anxiety is making it a bit hard to read this at the moment. Um, we're gonna cut this. Okay. I think that was a good enough break for me. um, maybe doing 2 videos a day is a bit intense. Not really sure what else I can. I think maybe I want more on Queen of Coins, Melika. It's very nice. You can you have like oh that just like flew out. Um, it's sub temperance. To be in that Queen of Coins energy, you need to have a lot of patience for things that show success coming to fruition. Fruition? Is that how you say it? I don't know. Anyway, you need to have like you'll have lots of days where you'll have like lots of days that make you feel worthless, like you are actually a failure and you're not doing much with your life. Oh, Four of Cups. Right. Mm. Oh, that looks so good. Sorry. Anyway, I don't know why I just kind of see that as like start of that. That doesn't actually add anything to the thing, but I just wanted to put it out. uh, you're just like there will come points where you look around and you're like, I'm not satisfied with this. This doesn't feel good enough. Like it feels like I should have more. Like it feels like I should have done more. It feels like like a, like if you're a creative person, example would be, I should have had more paintings by now. I should have written more poems by now. Like, I should have just done more. I should be way farther in life than I am now, and you are just like avoiding acknowledging how far you have done things, how much you have created, how much you have built within yourself. Um, it could be, don't know where I was gonna go with that, but yeah, I'm really focused on the alchemist now. If you're in this stage where you are truly working to change the energy within you, working with the subconscious, working alongside your shadow, ego, studying yourself. You know, I used to say this thing um, a few years back. Don't say it anymore because I think it just makes me sound a bit arrogant. But if I were to have a job, like I could freely pick a job without like worrying about money, I would pick just like dedicating my life to studying myself. And it's not like just like because I think so highly of myself. It's just I'm I want to like I wanted to go down the psychology path, and like the sociology path. Like I wanted to learn so much about people, and like I not only did I want to go down the psychology path and sociology path, I wanted to go down the arts path. I wanted to go down the science path. I wanted to connect with everything that makes us human, everything that we have created, because I feel like I'll be able to tell, I don't know, just I'm just so curious by it all, and I like I don't know, I'm just like looking at this and like just like there's just infinite amount of things to learn, and I think over time, um, I realized when I used to say that, what I really wanted was to just be able to kind of work with my creativity. I think, you know, when you, I don't know if it's every artist does this. I can only really speak for myself, but I I take my art a bit too seriously. I can be a bit perfectionist with it, but I want to be able to like just let it flow out of me, that it reflects me so much. I don't know. That doesn't make sense. That didn't make sense to me. Whatever. I keep saying whatever, but I feel like it sounds rude. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just sometimes I get too hung up on the details of how to say something, and I'm like trying to say it in the best way possible. And then when I don't, I get a bit frustrated with myself. So I'm just like trying to whatever that part of me. It's like whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Um, I don't know. Maybe it's a bit dismissive. Okay. Let's see more on the Three of Swords. I just took it as kind of being sensitive. Ooh. Ooh. No, thank you. It's a lot of cards. Okay, let's start again. Three of Swords. Sorry. That was just a. Maybe I would have taken it some other day, but this is just. I'm already feeling a bit overwhelmed for some reason. Um. Oh, yeah. Okay, how about one for the Alchemist as well? I just want to balance out the scales. Ooh. Inner conflict. Okay. I'll get two more cards for each. I mean, yeah. No. One more card for each. Anyway. So this is going to be for the Alchemist. Mm. Yeah, that's like the other issue, that it kind of gets in the way. And now for the Three of Swords. Okay. So is this being a bit... I'm a bit hesitant because there's two. Wait, why? Wow. But the chariot. And Mizan. Justice. This is a bit... I need to check if this is justice. Something is telling me maybe I'm wrong, you're wrong. How could you think that's justice? Blah, blah, blah. My phone is dead. Okay, I guess I'm not going to check. Path towards justice. I think I'm scared to actually read this because I think it's going to be a bit too personal. So there's something holding me back. No, I'm not ready to read this. No. I think that's pretty good for the start. I'm feeling a bit... I think it's a bit too soon. I know that it's going to be about a situation that recently happened. It's not a situation, it's just an end of something that really hurts. And I think it's far too fresh. Far too fresh. But there's been many times where I kind of stop a reading and then I come back to it again, like not in videos specifically, but I come back to it and it's the word. Like I know it's the same message that was told to me in the other cards. I just sometimes my fear can overpower my intuition. Let's just balance it out because I'm feeling a bit anxious with this, just to like kind of end the thing. Believe in your own magic. I also like to read this. It is a fairly new one to me. I just saw it on Vinted and it was like, I don't know, it seems like a good price. And I think the person that had it was like, when I saw it, it was literally like, get it today or it's going to be donated. And something in me was like, you gotta get it. You gotta get it. I'm like, all right. There was another one that was really cool as well, but I didn't have much to get both. Which sounds like I'm being very ungrateful right now, but I'm just explaining. Like I knew that if that cards were meant to be in my hand, they would be. Anyway, let's see what we can end this to. I also read this only in upright just before I start. Because just, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to her. It doesn't make sense to me. And also, it is written in the book to, it's they recommend reading it upright better. Maybe there's nothing to end this with. Because I'm just yapping. Or maybe they just want me to yap. You know, maybe there's something to say. Okay. Do you just not want me to... You just want me to end this? Endings are... Oh. Oh. I guess. Gray. I love how it says the gray, but it's colorful. I'm getting chills right now. I just need to sit with this a bit. It's nice. Like in a bittersweet way. So pretty. If you have recently kind of ended things with something that meant a lot with you, to you, um, for me, it was friendships. Uh, People I've known for a few years. A hard choice, but just felt like we were drawing it out, and I think I'm not quite yet in like fully experiencing the end because it literally it's very fresh. It's very, very, very fresh. In the way that it ended, but it has kind of. I have been kind of like. I just remember the Two of Pentacles. I've just been kind of going, leave, do not leave, leave, do not leave, and I was trying to balance it out, and I thought I could just be in that energy and stay and not move out of it, but no, no, you gotta move out of it. I'm glad I made that choice because I know that sometimes when I don't, and like the way it kind of played out a bit was that um, sometimes I feel subtle things in how people feel about me, and I see it before they acknowledge it themselves, or like maybe they're aware of it, but they not enough to admit it to me. Um, and I tend to stay because I never trust myself with it. And this is the time where I was like, no, no, I said I would never do it again earlier this year with someone else. I'll just because I the same thing kind of happened where for a few months I was getting this person genuinely does not see you the way they do. Like maybe they have feelings for you. Maybe they maybe this, maybe that, but like there's just something. Did that turn off? Sorry, I got a bit distracted by something in my room. I don't know where I was gonna go with that. Yeah, and I stayed, and that's not the first time I've stayed. Many, 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 many times, too many times, where I'm like, I don't think this person is as sure of me as they're making it seem. Um, and then boom, it like the way it ends like is in the most painful way possible for both of us, or like however many parties they are, and it's just, oh, it's I'm done. I said I was done with that, and I mean it. I mean it, and I think that's the choice that I was really struggling um, with this situation, the current one, was that I. By the way, I like to do these tarots in the way where I'm kind of reading like it's for me. I know I change from you, me, you, me. And it's because I do that with my voice recorder. I've just been doing readings in that way for myself and my future self. Um, and I like to think that this is not really the truth. This is really just my perspective of things. Um, so I want to keep it that way by like using I. It, I don't know. I don't know if you've gotten this far. I'd hope that it's not something that's bothering you, but just in case you're here, that's why. Will I ever explain it in any other video? Maybe not. Maybe you just got lucky here. Just got lucky. Anyway, I lost the plot a little bit here. I think I was meant to lose the plot. Maybe I was oversharing. But yeah. Let's read what this has to say. I was just thinking a little bit about what else to say, and I feel like if I start speaking again, I'll get a bit too personal. I read that, and I don't want to share too much on here. As humans, we tend to see things in black and white, forgetting to account for all the grey in between. There's someone in your life who's begun to fade away. Maybe they're gone altogether now. Don't fight it. Real relationships are not the same as fairy tales we know and love. There are no neat and tidy bows to tie things up at the end, leaving you satisfied. Acceptance isn't easy, but it's a thing that you need to work toward. We create our own closure. Whoa, I don't know about you, but that was a bit heavy. That was a bit heavy. Yeah. I think when I kind of reach an end with something, I tend to I think I'm gonna end this video. Yeah, that's it.